Yeah. Okay.
All rise, bring the meeting order and say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Sokoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes. Need a motion to accept the minutes in the meeting and the amended finance committee adding Ames for $6,800 putting the heaters in the fire station. Second.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Sokoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
One comment, there's a possibility where that classroom is that air conditioning heating, it may need to be replaced also.
Yeah, no. Richard.
You talking about the air conditioner in the classroom? We just put that in there last summer.
Someone told me that someone had told them that it was going out, so.
We just put it in there right in the fall. So,
You want to hang meat in there, go ahead in the summertime.
I'm just going by what I want to hear someone make that comment to me, so I thought I'd pass it on in case we had to buy something.
yeah.
Okay.
Next time, come talk to me and Butch.
Well, I didn't think about it, you brought that up.
Yeah. No, that's brand new. We
Yeah.
just put it on in the fall.
Okay, you're up, Richard. You don't have to stand up, but you're up.
We ran a total of 44 calls. 2 of them were structure fires, 2 of them were false alarms. The rest of them was a mixture between accidents and medical calls. With us being caught up on all the air packs, we have all the old air packs, and I need to see if we can surplus the ones, see if we can't get rid of them. They're just sitting up there. I've reached out to a couple, started asking around other departments in the county to see if any of them need them. Or could use them, and I haven't gotten no response backs from that yet.
Need a motion to surplus air, old air packs. So move.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Sokoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir. Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
And that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Richard. But
Had a total of 75 calls for service last month. We had 49 total calls in Tilton, 34 through the day, 32 at night. We dropped 2 during the day. Sorry, I said that wrong. 34 day calls, 32 of them were covered. 2 of them were dropped. We had 13 night calls, we covered all 13 of them. The 2 that we dropped were still very on calls. We had a total of 13 calls to Oakwood, 14 calls mutual aid other than Oakwood. Total calls to mutual aid other than Oakwood covered was 14, and we had 15 transfers.
15 transfers.
15 transfers. Submitted a proposal, not a proposal, but a quote for remounting the old diesel ambulance box onto a gasoline 2023 Ford E450 at a total cost of $140,000 with a down payment of 15%. They will take our box and basically make it completely new and put it on a new chassis, and therefore we'd have another new ambulance.
Need a motion to do that.
I'll make a motion to bring out the box.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets. Trustee Sokoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
And doing this, if they receive our chassis, our old ambulance in May, we will have it back by the end of July. That's all I got.
I authorize whatever you told me to buy, but so I don't know if you want to bring that up.
Oh, the,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the scope or whatever you,
yeah, we need to replace video rentoscope. Without going into a lot of details, it's something that we have to have. The one that we had was, fell off the counter in the ambulance as we were working at cardiac arrest. We didn't see it fall on the floor, and when we pulled the cot out, ran over the screen, and they're no longer a video. You can't use it, it's broke, and that's a cost of a little over $5,000.
thanks, because I wouldn't be able to explain it.
And I believe that's all I have.
All right. TJ,
Still been patching holes throughout the town. We televised and vacuumed sanitary storm lines over in Southgate Drive area. To help with the GIS project to locate some of the manholes. Still been continuing marking and remarking some of the manholes where the paint's faded for that project. We had 3 minor snow events throughout the month, 16 Julies, 3 after hour call outs, and 7 work orders. Want to ask the board to put the bucket truck up for rebid for surplus for $2,500 since we had no bids previously on it.
Carlson tell you.
I heard there are potential people interested in it.
okay, I heard one more yesterday.
We got it first.
Okay.
Second.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Sokoviak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes. Then I also turned in a quote for a new zero-turn mower to replace our 2018 with just under 1,100 hours on it. Scotty Mitchell suggested that he would help furnish some of the funding out of the cemetery for it. And then the rest possibly come out of general fund. The quotes for $9,917. That includes the trade-in for $2,500 of the old one.
And just so you know, the city administrator went through it and she said it was fine.
Huh?
The city administrator said she was fine with it.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
yes.
trustee Sokoviak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Part of the playground stuff has shown up, the benches for it. I got an email last week stating that the way it looks, the equipment will be shipping soon. They're supposed to send me an email when the shipping comes into play, but the way it's looking, it'll be here fairly quickly. So that's all I got.
We're gonna replace the fence too, right?
Yeah, working on getting quotes for replacing the fence. If we're gonna do a new playground update, it might as well update the existing fence and make it look presentable. No, that was talked about down the road, possibly getting some power down there and possibly getting cameras on it, some lighting and cameras. So
We definitely want lighting, for sure.
that's all I got.
Phil, you're next. Just so you know, they broke you, so go next.
We had 245 calls for service last month. In that, we made 14 arrests, had 19 PMPs. Officers issued 55 citations and 24 warnings, written warnings. And we also issued 7 ordinance violations for the month. Don't really have anything else other than just finished this week and got accepted, or they at least accepted my application for a grant for traffic enforcement later in the year, about $35,000 in payroll, about 750 hours that you might be able to get.
Brian.
So that's all I have.
Thanks for taking that initiative.
Okay, Brian, you're up.
All right, started getting local businesses on the website over the last month, so that way people can go to the website, and setting it up. So if somebody looks up one of our businesses, it takes them to either their website page or the Google Maps to find out more. With some things going on at the fire station, got some networking things sorted out, trying to work on making sure it's more stable. Trying to get the iPads up and going. I got a few more to get passed out. And we're also working on getting the onboard software going, so we can, hopefully next month, we're gonna shoot on trying to start using it. Got an install date for the police in-car camera server, coming May 1st. That's the earliest one they had, and if they have any earlier, they're gonna call us. Still working on inventorying the assets around the village so we can, keep up on that. And I've got a quote here because Phil's adding to his fleet with the 2 cars to add another, computer to the car along with the printer and all the accessories that they're going to need for it, because they're getting 2 cars. They're replacing one and adding to the fleet. So this quote's to get what they need to get the computer and everything they need for it.
What is that quote?
Oh, sorry. For everything, it's $5,776 for the computer, the printer, the card scanner, and all the attachments it needs. And that's all I got.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yep.
Trustee Westcoviac.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Sorry, Brian, it was on there.
Huh?
It was on the sheet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Price was. Chad?
Talked to Mark from Kinnick Body. Crane has arrived. We're supposed to have it together. Should be able to pick it up late next week.
Good.
GIS project. We've got pretty much most of the sewers all mapped. We got probably a dozen that we're gonna go back and either relocate or straighten out on the map. But so it's about halfway done. That's all I got.
Has he started on the storm sewers, or he's doing that now?
He's getting ready to do that.
Okay.
He'll probably be back next week.
Okay, because I seen him out walking around Washington Street yesterday. So.
Yeah, he got.
Figure out where
that
that house is at.
Cass, you have anything?
No, Tiff doesn't either.
Okay. Committee reports.
We put on the website to do the rental property ordinances. We put on the website a questionnaire for renters to fill out. The names and stuff will not go out to the public and all that, but to give us an idea of some of the problems they're running into. And we've got a couple of hits. As soon as we start getting some more people in there, I'll set a meeting dates. We got something to work on. So otherwise we're going in there blind and don't know what the complaints are.
Val's.
Community meeting as far as Valentine dance went good. Had about 35, 40 people there. Appreciate all the help from, I know Public Works helped us out setting up tables and things like that. Speaking of dancing.
That's a
there we
good
go.
song. Now you gotta stand up and dance.
We had about $125 in donations from the smaller group that we had there, so that was nice. The girls and guys put on a nice little deal over there. Brian had with our photo printer that we purchased, there was $129 off of that as well, donated, so that'll go towards that, purchasing that printer. So great job with that. You got family night coming up on the 21st, and then of course the committee meeting on the 28th. The first chili dinner in March, basically coming up. I'm trying to think of anything else.
What time was that family night, Mike? I forgot.
6 to 8.
Okay, same thing, 6 to 8.
Yep.
'Cause I'm making the cookies.
You making the chili, you say?
No, I'm making the cookies.
Oh, the cookies.
Yeah,
You supply gummy bears.
yeah.
I also want to say thanks, I know last meeting I had I guess you could call it a concern about, having meetings or something just to kind of keep in touch. And I know we had a fire meeting and EMS meeting. Of course, the community had one, and Brian's diligently working on all of us trying to get our emails and things together. So anybody on the board that does not have your email stuff set up, I would appreciate if we could get to him quickly. I would prefer that, we can get the email change going back and forth on things, that come up. Especially with the fire department and EMS in the same building where, we're, I was there on there last night. Bob was down there as well. Just trying to pop in and do our due diligence to make sure, things are going there. We're available for questions and answers and things of that nature. And I guess some of the questions that I get maybe asked is something that I still don't know about. So if we have, questions about or concerns about some stuff, just keep us in the loop. Would be nice. So.
We got outbid on the property, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we got other ideas, so I'll fill you in. Ryan, you got anything?
I've heard from Jeff Tumiati today from the Illinois Rural Water Association that we got 2 apprenticeships with Chad and Greg. He's gonna start doing a monthly check-in with me via phone call or text message, just letting me know how the guys are doing. Great news to report back is they're doing really great. Hours are being recorded as they're needed to be, and they're on track. So just Greg's not here, but Chad, thank you for your hard work. Chad's doing a lot of double duty lately. With every time I think I see him during the day, he's on the phone or emailing or trying to keep up to date with this apprenticeship. So I know it's a lot, but he's actually getting ready to go to a conference down in Effingham that Illinois Rural Water puts on, and he's got his sights focused on the GIS class that they're putting on and some other beneficial things I think he's going to bring back to the table from this conference. And he's going with Tim from Cal. And then to touch base on the IT committee real quick, Brian and I, as well as Mike, have been working on trying to implement a new system that is going to be no cost to us, but it's basically going to be a help desk software. So we kind of have our own version on the website, just an email, but this is an actual ticket that will be submitted to Brian. He'll be able to track, conversations and upload documents that can go back and forth with the end user. And it'll help streamline some processes on his end to help him keep a little bit more organized. But he's doing a fabulous job of all the work that we've thrown on him in the last month.
Not that you aren't organized.
No, not that you're not organized. I just know how it is because I think we talk probably like 2 or 3 times a day. So I think he cringes every time the phone rings. Like, uh-oh. So, but other than that, that's all I got.
Yeah, we got one of the boxes, or we got 2 of them, didn't we?
Yeah, we already got them.
Yeah, we got, they have a display for the business lunch. So they can kind of see what we're talking about and try to get the businesses on board, everybody getting those for help with the fire department and ambulance when it needs a fire. But you're gonna wrap them all the way, dinner or something?
One of
I think we're gonna take names and then draw names. Be cool.
For one of them. We're gonna keep one as a display to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
We're gonna make them sign in and then
Yeah.
give it to somebody.
Yeah, one of the businesses. Yeah.
And then Tip said they're tip eligible too for a hat. Anybody that's in the tip district is tip eligible for a hat,
Yeah, we're talking about.
but we're not gonna advertise that, but I mean,
Set up some kind of.
some incentive program.
And the thing is, we need to go over orders and make it a new.
Yes, yes,
Well, we're talking about having, also multi-unit,
yes.
having, any new business is mandatory to have one
like, we talked, strip mall could have one, but it have keys for all. Because you would like have three different ones, you're trying to go back and forth. If you have one, you got fired in one unit. We're talking if you got fired in one unit, chances are you're gonna need to get the next unit also. But, most of them would have multiple keys later for each procedure. Once you go into there, we have to call in, and let the PSB whoever notified you, somebody was into the lockbox.
My suggestion was to wait to do any type of ordinance or anything like that till after the business meeting.
Yeah.
So you can incorporate them and they feel like a part of it. And then we can come up with, I mean, obviously the new ones need to have it and stuff
It'll
like that.
probably happen all the way down to when we get done with the ordinances for the rental, because the multi-unit, they probably need the same thing
Yeah.
for multi-unit. So it'll probably be somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
On that one, probably.
Now I have a problem with residential, you know what I mean? Not required, but at least they can volunteer to do
Sure.
it. Some of them, that people fall down, you can't get up, you gotta knock the window out of their house.
I know the one flyer we had showed a whole bunch of the different, they had every, from the bigger ones for, but they also had the residential that were a smaller unit, on a house or.
And if somebody starts to build, so bills before the ordinance, we can suggest to them that we're gonna do this ordinance, so they might as well put that as part of their plan.
Really don't have to be real big, because you don't put a lot of keys in.
The only one that would be like the strip malls. They have to have
Yeah.
like 5 keys in, but then they're gonna have to figure out to put the name on the business on the key or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's the smallest box you could get. That was still.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
That was the smallest box you could get.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's a little bit smaller than that. It's in there. We can look at it a little bit.
It's about that big.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than that.
One was one size, one was bigger, right?
No, they're both the same size ones we got.
That's the only one that you could get, that's only,
Bigger.
that's the smallest size that they offer. And I know.
For the commercial
businesses in
side,
Danville, they're only like about 4
Yeah,
inches
there's-
by 4 inches.
There's smaller ones out there.
Well, they're not a notch, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
They're key box, but they're not a notch.
This was flush mounted too.
Yeah, they have,
Them was flush mounted.
They have the little ones.
But when she ordered them, she ordered the smallest ones, so we got an idea what it looked like, and that's what it came as.
They are. I guess things change over years.
It looks like a little piggy bank.
Get bigger.
Heavy. Well,
Well, I'm just saying, the size, it
Yeah.
looks like a little style piggy bank.
You got anything, Billy, besides?
Was you gonna bring up, you was talking about possibly donating to that gentleman?
Yes, but I told him $500. I took Tip $500.
Okay. well,
To that. No, what's his name? Down Monroe Street. You guys got brain tumor. Yeah, Rosdale.
I didn't know if you.
Yeah, good Tip, they had a fund me site, you know, on it.
Yeah,
And Tiff said she'd just rather write them a check and send it so they don't take that out of that fund site.
no, that's fine, I didn't know if you
Yeah,
wanted to bring
no.
that up or not, or.
Yeah.
No, but actually, we're moving right along, we're working on the ambulance service. It's amazing what can happen in a period of.
Yeah,
week.
couple hours.
A lot of our plans got blown up because of things that didn't transpire.
I don't think that's a conversation for in here.
No, I'm just letting you know, we'll get with you on that, on the ambulance building, so.
Yeah, it's got ugly real quick.
Outside of that, police department's doing a great job. That's all I got right now.
Got it? The audience?
Two things. Is the village going to take a position on the upcoming vote on the sales tax increase?
We don't have a position on sales tax. We don't have an increase in sales tax coming up.
No, with the county.
That's personal preference. We don't take a position as a board to say if we
Well,
recommend.
the paper said today that, that all the surrounding communities, except Danville, were in favor of the sales tax.
Oh, we haven't even got approached about county sales tax. Sorry. News to me. News to me.
Well, then I.
We've never been approached for any sales tax for the county.
Okay, well, they just jumped the gun on that. I
Yeah,
guess.
so- By Democrats.
The other thing is that, when Aqua was 50 years ago, they wanted to take over the sewer system. One thing that was brought up was people were afraid, well, what is Aqua going to do about the rates? And it was brought up that sewer systems are in pretty bad shape, so you know, what's going to be done? All right, so Aqua didn't buy it. And now the sewer rates are going up and up. Is the sewer system in the near future going to get to where it's not going to need any more rate increases?
You have to maintain a sewer system all the time.
Not for a while. We got a $27 million project.
Well, it'd be,
The rate increase has to do with the grant that we got from the EPA. We have to show funding to repay it. That's why we have
yeah,
the bill.
it's gonna be,
Is it substantially better now?
it's gonna be $5 more, I think.
And
That's
Well,
next
no, I'm
year.
not talking
System.
about $5.
We're building right. We're building
No, I'm just saying it's gonna be $5 more in the future, and that's probably gonna be capped. Cause that's what we gotta go to right now.
Well, the reason I say that is, I don't know if it's changed, but it seems to me that minimum usage used to be 1,000 gallons. All right? If that's still a rule, I don't know.
1,500, ain't
I'm always below minimum usage.
it? Right.
You know, I just don't use that much water. But unlike when everything started on this, on the next rate increase, it's gonna be kind of crazy. I'm gonna be paying more for the water going out of my house than the water coming in my house.
No, water company will make up for that eventually.
Well, they might.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But there's still, if we would've sold that, you know what Oakwood and Georgetown's paying right now? When Oakwood sold their plant, triple. They're paying,
Well, that's-
they're paying
that's
$200 a month right now just for water and sewer in Oakwood. So we're pretty far under what everybody else's rate is.
Oh, and to answer your original question, we're getting a new sewer plant and we're doing work on the,
Force mains and everything else.
to try to take some of
Yes.
that and try to release some of the problems we've been having.
Our engineers gave us a list of surrounding communities, all downstate of Illinois, North Illinois. We were still, even with our highest rate increase, we were still well at the bottom of the list of the highest sewer rates compared to some of these other
I
towns.
mean, we don't, but it's not our choice to raise it,
No.
but we're forced by the EPA to do
Well,
it.
I knew,
So,
you
I
know,
mean,
with the
that's,
situation as it was painted before, but I thought that when I look at the bill, I said, you know, well, first of all, it's just like everything else that's going on now
Right.
with the administration,
right,
is that they say we've got a 9% cost of living, which is a big chunk of change, but I don't know exactly where they're getting 9% when you go out there and you know how to do a minimal math. And when a dollar turns into $1.25, or $10 turns into $12, you say, wait a minute, that's not 9%.
no,
And you know, it's another brick in the wall
right.
on all this stuff. But especially in my case, I think it's so funny that if it doesn't change, I'm paying more, like I said, for the water going out of the house. It's not a whole lot of money,
Right.
but I got paid more for it going out than coming in. I says, there's a disparity there.
I thought it was 1,500 gallons, wasn't it?
For the sewer.
For minimum
He's talking
use?
about the water. bill.
No, for minimum use for
Ain't it?
sewage. Wasn't it
Is
1,500
it
gallons?
minimum usage? the
That,
same
we
both
give them
ways?
that.
We give them 1,500 gallons, right?
I think it's 1,500
That's
gallons.
what I thought.
It's-
Okay.
That goes along,
I-
as a-
I'm
but that's
very
the
seldom
basic.
Come here 1,000.
Right, we give 1,500. So,
And then every 2,000 over that's,
right, it's,
but $2
yeah,
now,
now it's 3.
now it's 3, yeah.
I feel whether it's going in or out, it really doesn't matter. It's infrastructure upgrade. That's the bottom line to it.
Well, I mean, you don't like to push anything off on customers, but I mean,
But I can understand his complaint. He's got fixed income.
Sure, I do
And
too.
his income didn't go up what the cost of living went up. So now the adjustment is gonna put the hurt to him because the adjustment in what the economy is cutting into his budget. So I can understand.
No, I'm not saying I
get it,
don't
but
understand it, but I do
Everybody
understand.
sitting at this table is in the same
But
position.
yeah, but you gotta look at it this way too. you've got one quart bag. And all of a sudden, you're pouring a quart and a half out of it. That doesn't jive. How can I be putting more water out of the house than bringing into the house? Especially when it's dollars and cents. It's a very small amount of money.
Well, you're talking money, you're not talking physical water coming out of your house.
Well, yeah, but look, I'd rather be the physical water than the money.
Well, I would too, but
You know, that going out costs more than coming in. So something's not right.
The problem is that we all, as a citizen of this town, are paying for the infrastructure upgrade. Regardless, I understand you put out less water, less sewage than what probably most of us at this table do, with having more than one person in the house. But at the end of the day is we can't sit down with a pencil and say, okay, well, your house has to be adjusted to a different rate. We're in a big pool together that's getting divided amongst the houses that are in it. And at the end of it, we have almost a $20 million.
And the businesses are paying a higher
And
rate.
the businesses' rates went up too. At the end of the day, we have to say, we as a board and the village cannot endure that cost regardless of whatever the EPA says. And it's a business standpoint at the end of the day is we still have to have some help coming in. We don't assess property taxes. So we have to get funding somewhere to help pay for these infrastructure upgrades.
Probably, with families, the amount of water they use, I would be one of the very few people that would be in this boat. I mean,
I have a business that pays a higher rent and I don't even have toilets. I mean, it's just part of
Cost of business.
being a resident of the community.
Over and above your allowable sewage. If you don't make the added gallons, that's held over to the next billing cycle. They don't just forget that one and start over again next billing. So you may be 200 gallons short, but you're going to get 1,800 gallon added next billing cycle.
Trust me, when I paid bills this month, I noticed my sewer rate went up. It was there. It was
They
there.
went up $5.
well, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I said, right now, there's no disparity. There's a couple of bucks.
It went up January 1.
I know
It
that,
did
but I
that.
said, even taking that into consideration, I looked at that before I left the house. That, no, we're still, it makes sense that I've got less going out than coming in or whatever, but I said that it's just maybe schematics. They're supposed to be equal. Like I said, you got a quart bag, you gotta put a quart worth of stuff in it.
The problem
The
is.
sewer bill's estimated off your water, but it's
Well, the
you're
other
paying for 1,000.
But the other thing is sewer water is hard to treat than drinking water. So we gotta pay for treatment of that sewer
Well, they're still
water.
getting charged.
So-
Basically,
Including drinking water, that's right. I mean,
We're being dictated.
that don't hit the sewer,
by the EPA
that's
to
right.
be able to get that grant.
Yeah, I
Put
know,
business on
I've heard their rules for how you have to do things.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
But again, regardless of, I'm gonna tell you my stance, regardless of the EPA's rules, we still have to fund that project somehow.
Well, my neighbors say, Widow One, a couple of them on the street, I know some other ones, so they're all in the same boat, but the EPA is dictating what we have to do to achieve that grant.
We have to show them what we're
But I mean,
funding and getting it.
we're talking money here. The sewer bill is, good grief, I wish everything was as easy as the sewer. bill.
I know.
You know, this is just a kind of a small potatoes thing.
And the power is gonna go up 12% or something, they said.
Yeah, that was just announced again. Now, they make the sewer bill look like penny candy.
Oh, I know. And we don't get nothing out of that either.
Nope.
Oh, I'm sure there's already sold.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
Fuel costs went up. so
Yep.
there's-
on Belinda's.
I'm calling it.
Tom, you got something?
You want me to go over those items? that we-
Yeah.
Contract B, Curry Construction, this is for the wastewater. They have pay application number 16 for $93,056.40. One at a time.
Yeah. Need a motion to take her.
Make a motion.
On the stipulation for reimbursement from the EPA.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell, trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Kubiak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberg.
Yes.
Weren't we already reimbursed?
For that one.
Not yet, no.
Second item is authorized mayor to sign IEPA loan disbursement application, which is for the same dollar amount.
Same thing.
Say, I make a motion.
Second. Billy second. Bob second.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Kubiak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
I try to spread it around. It's not worth it.
We got a change order number one for Curry. Discussed at the committee meeting we had a couple weeks ago. It's for a time extension of 210 days, which would put substantial completion August 31, 2024, and final completion September 30, 2024.
I make a motion.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yep.
Trustee Kubiak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
You get it straight.
I have a change order number two for Curry for modifications to manhole one at the wastewater plant. Manhole one is the last manhole before the water gets into the headworks of the facility. And this discussion about adding a seepage receiving pit over that manhole was discussed. It's been some time actually before the comptroller got involved. Well, it came back up. We discussed this at our project monthly meeting. I think we discussed it at the committee meeting too. It's basically a 16 by 16 reinforced concrete structure with 3-foot high sidewalls so that trucks can come in and dump directly over a 4-foot diameter grate, and that whatever liquid's in that will go into the manhole and into the sewer plant. Whatever's sitting on top can be cleaned off and disposed of.
Can you refer that?
With your sludge. And the cost on that is $41,178.02.
Our truck,
Pardon?
our truck,
Your
not
truck.
trucks, our truck.
Whatever you want to price it.
Well, you never know, we might go make some money on it.
Yeah. Just right now, it's our truck.
Okay. So this is
I'll make it.
Second.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Kubiak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Thanks, Tom. Where am I now?
Annexations.
Mr. Britton, you get to see where all that sewer line is going. You just spit a bunch.
Yeah, yeah. That's it.
Just give me a dirty look.
$250 million.
That's why I'm confident. If I said here,
I'm glad you're questioning it. I mean, that's what the board meeting's for. And that's exactly what it's for, to come to.
Well, you had like, the one where you sent out the, it wasn't a sewer, I can't think what it was, where you were required to send out a certified letter to everybody
Yes.
that this is what we're gonna do. Well, this place was wall to wall. Okay, the place doesn't need to be wall to wall, but it doesn't need to be like this.
That's
If you're gonna
exactly
live
right.
somewhere, pay attention to what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the trouble with the whole United States.
Yep.
Nobody's paying attention to what's going on.
That's exactly what Mike's been trying to do, bring the community together and the community events and family days and all that, so we get word out so they can come to the meetings here. That's what it's for.
That's one thing about that little festival or whatever in the park, is that people that wouldn't get out of their house normally, get out there and say, oh,
Yes,
you live on so-and-so street, what do you think about this?
yes,
proposal?"
exactly right. So it's actually kind of favorable, what we're doing, trying to get them to come out of their house. So,
Mr. Britton, you got like a computer, you got a computer?
I just work off a smartphone, that's
It'll
it.
still work. That, the IT man and Ryan, that's what they've been working on. A lot of this information will eventually be put onto our webpage and you can keep that.
Yeah, what he said, I thought about that, Google is so handy, when you want to know something, just type in county market and there's everything you want to know.
Well, you say Tilton website, and as this thing keeps growing,
yeah, it'll be
you'll have a lot
on
more
there.
information on it.
all the minutes on the meeting and everything's on that webpage.
And you'll be able to ask questions.
Yes, and there's a
I
form,
didn't know it was a two-way street.
yeah, there's a form you can send information to it too also. So,
And am I right, Ryan, in saying that you can actually ask questions of each individual?
Yeah,
department?
yeah.
Am I correct in saying that?
There's contact information for
Yeah.
the people.
That's pretty good.
Cool.
Their
Like
personal
you
cell
said,
phones.
people want to come up, or we're still going to try to give them the
Yes.
opportunity to contact them.
Got it.
Where are we at now?
I didn't put your cell phone on there.
Yeah. Okay. Need a motion to annex 14,498 and 14,496 Callan Tilton Road.
Are they aware of it?
Yeah, they're aware of it. They asked.
The residents?
Yeah,
They
yeah, they
petitioned,
come and ask.
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
We did in a second.
I made a move. He first, I said.
Oh, I see the petition.
Trustee Finley?
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell?
Yes.
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Sokoviak?
Yes.
Trustee Weir?
Yeah.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-0216, an ordinance adding chapter 320-35 zoning lighting for commercial businesses.
Down there.
Before we do that,
Speak up, Scotty.
want to go back.
They finally decide on it. It'd been thrown around, doesn't it?
Yeah, 4 million times. She wrote it up. She wrote the ordinance up.
It's gonna be for businesses that have to have adequate lighting, like our Family Dollar doesn't have any.
No, and the other store don't turn them on.
Yeah, they don't turn them on, so they have to have them on from dawn to dusk. So that way it's safer for their patrons, safer for businesses. That's been on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said, don't.
Well, maybe that's what's wrong with Dollar Tree. Maybe they have them on the wrong.
No, Tiffany may contact the Dollar Tree's general manager. The owners of the building she claims that the owners told them that they don't pay the power bill for that building, so they're not coming on.
The new owner said that, or
That's
the,
what the owner said, yeah, because it was about the time that sale took place, when those went off.
Typical,
Yeah, Tiffany called and talked to them.
the manager or something.
But my concern with this ordinance is the whole 10 spaces less 50 spaces. I mean, are we gonna go count parking spaces to make sure they got adequate lighting?
that's your job.
That's not.
Nah.
Yeah, my other fear is I'm in full support of having lights at businesses, I am. But my other fear is businesses that are already established and have, paved lots, concrete lots, unlike other businesses in town that
They
probably
can
should.
at least put them on their buildings.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's what I say. As
But
long
we
as it's
don't
adequate.
specify that.
Right, as long as it's adequate
So
lighting.
that's my concern, is that, are you gonna really make them go tear up a
No,
brand new parking lot to
Yeah,
run power?
not unless you're gonna pay for
No,
it. The city, you know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I'm saying, if they like.
Any new business should be required parking.
I agree, and that should be in their plans, but I'm saying pre-existing now. I think.
And any business that has them up should have them on.
Yes. Oh,
That's
that's
the
just,
way
it's just.
Or repaired.
It's
or
just,
repaired.
it's asinine to have lighting in your parking lot.
And not have them on.
I mean, I'm sorry.
It's a safety feature, actually, and policemen can see and everything else.
But I think that we need to redraw before we pass this, and this needs to include the whole lights on buildings.
Yeah, and also having the lights on or from dusk to dawn or after a certain time.
Yeah.
They can eliminate
Well,
light poles.
not, I mean, as far as,
Yeah,
a lot of places, the lighting goes down. They don't
Right.
Have as,
right. They don't have them bright.
right.
Chevrolet can shut some of theirs off at nighttime, so it doesn't light up the.
That's right.
Oh, Georgetown
Yeah.
Road.
Well, the thing is, during the hours of business, during dark, yeah, well,
Right.
They need to be on during the hours, yeah, definitely during the hours of business, but I mean, I would recommend that they need to be on. I mean, there's no sense not having them all night, where the cops drive by, they can look.
Or at
the
least
lot.
some lighting.
Like
Maybe-
dark lurking lot, like if you drive down to Family Dollar and look over, you may not see somebody that's all
I
black.
think if they would pay off with your building lighting, if the building lighting was also required, then they can shut off the parking lot light.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't do both, they just need to have the option to
Run it
have.
all night, or just close it down, have it around the building.
But I think we need to revisit paragraph B there with the whole parking spaces and numbering. I mean, nobody's gonna go sit there and count parking spots. I just think we need to talk,
The
work with.
Walmart bills have to have 1,250 of them.
Is Walmart coming to build here?
I can tell you what rear parking spaces are
And we can
required.
revisit that later if we have a big box store coming in, but right now, we don't have a parking lot minus the car dealerships that have that, and I wouldn't even consider that parking spots, so it's just further there. But actual parking spots for patrons to park, and we don't have a business in town that has 50 spots in it all.
No,
Okay, County Market,
so then County Mark's lit up.
and they're let up, so they're not a problem. So that's why I said we need to redo B.
Table. Right.
I'm just,
And then are all our buildings,
and that's the next thing, is our building is compliant with this.
once again, we gotta clean our own house before we, in my opinion.
But it has lights in the building.
It has lights on the building.
But we have a parking lot on the community center, so we can't put them in.
But they all, to my knowledge, they all have.
All our buildings have
Lights on around them, yes.
But in this ordinance as it stands, we are not compliant, is what I'm saying.
So we need to reword it.
And I'm not saying reword it because we're not compliant, but I'm just trying to think of business
Well-
owners that are gonna tear their parking lots up.
It's
We
like
don't
you
want
said,
anybody to
shut
tear
off the parking lot lights if you can't after your business closes, as
That's correct.
long as you have lights on the building.
Right.
Can I get,
Go ahead.
so this is something I ran into 3 or 4 different occasions, and if I wasn't a person that came to the meetings, I wouldn't always know. You look at the agenda online in advance of the meeting, it'll say something about ordinance, blah, 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 for zoning light.
No description.
But unless I go to a trustee and say, hey, what's this ordinance about? Myself as a resident and a business owner have no idea.
So you're suggesting we put a small description on there?
Yeah, or something to, because otherwise,
Can we make these, could we just make this available for residents to read?
Well, she said you can read it in the ordinance about lighting, but it doesn't.
I have no idea what it's about.
Small description of what it's about.
I mean, the document that she sends us for, in the emails has, it's all, if we just scan it, if we just take this whole folder and scan it,
Put it on
and
the
then put it on the
webpage.
website.
Yeah.
When she uploads the meeting, the agenda, it's all in
I
one,
mean, it's
one
just
file.
because I wouldn't know if I wanted to say something in the public attendance towards that ordinance, because I have no idea what it says.
Well, you can tell,
That's my point. I
you
just,
can tell we're taking suggestions.
no, I know. I mean, and I always ask when I come in, but not everybody's gonna do that.
I'm just,
Scotty made a motion to pass it.
I think we better make a motion to table it until it's discussed more.
well, I'm fine as it stands. We just need to table it and redraw on B.
So this amend B, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll just pass it, amend B.
Okay.
On the
Yeah, but we don't know what we're gonna amend.
on the stipulation.
We'll have to table it.
Let's table it until we figure out what we're gonna do with passage.
Just vote on table.
Yeah, vote on table until next meeting.
Who's the lighting committee?
The zoning committee, whoever the zoning committee is.
All right.
Sure, I'm on that one.
Oh, who's second?
Did anybody, do a second?
I need a second
I'll
to
second
table.
the table.
Trustee Finley, trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheet,
Yes.
trustee Kubiak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Kubiak, or Weidenberger.
I'm not voting twice.
You're all right, Lauren.
Yeah. Ready? Morning Economic recommended Mark Palapis and TK3 exercise place or academy. And one was 5,000 and one was 30,000.
But
5 for Palapis.
however you say it.
That's tip 1.
Yeah, and 30 for TK training facility.
We're giving 5 for Talat.
You can't say
I think that was Tiffany
Oh,
chiming in.
I thought, yeah,
And 30 for the other one.
Right,
30 for the sporting.
right.
Say something, Tiff.
I think she was just trying to pronounce the name.
I said Palafos.
Palapis.
Palafos.
Palafos.
Yeah. Flopos.
Okay.
Like Paul
There's
Foods.
no this on the end of it. It's flopos.
Gotcha. So 30, okay.
So we need a motion to do
I'll make a
that.
motion.
Virgil made the motion.
Second.
Second, 5 and 30. We need one for both of, I mean,
Yeah.
just do
Yeah, we have
individually, just do both.
Take them.
Both of them, same order.
Upon the
Yeah.
completion of the project though.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell, trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Washikoviac,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
I don't know who
I
put
think
that
that's
on
right.
visible, what's that?
So
Mm,
Tiffany wanted to talk about where they have to make an
That-
ordinance.
That needs to go to committee.
Okay,
Same that does lighting.
What?
The house number visibility, it needs to go to committee. You know what I'm saying? Same with ordinance and lighting.
Can I add to that?
Yeah?
That not only the houses, but the businesses also, because when we get a call at a business, not only do we get the business name, it's just a number. And I know that we can't see the number up on Big R, but if they can put something out by the curb that states, even if it's like this starts 1,600, this starts 1,700, give us a better idea, especially in the middle of the night, looking for an address. I was just throwing that information that I feel that maybe should be looked at also.
Well, I'd like to at least talk about the house numbers because this is obviously a committee that I'm gonna have to sit on. So I'd like to know some information and if, from a homeowner's perspective, if they've got it on their house, would they object to saying, hey, I'm gonna put it out on my curb too?
I don't have a curb.
For example, or I don't have a curb
Well,
or,
out in the front, in the village's property alongside the right of way or whatever. And especially at nighttime, you can have numbers on your house all you want, but if they're not reflective, or if they're not certain colors with a certain color background, we're gonna be spotlighting every house trying to find an address and. I don't
Mine's 3-inch numbers, brown house, white numbers.
But,
So,
but hers may be
I
gray
take mine
numbers
are black letters on
on a
a
black
dark
building,
lettering,
it's
so,
not
yeah.
gonna show up very well. And I know that, you know, I'm sure that other people have driven through other towns and have seen it, where it is out in the yard and it's a blue reflective or a black or a white reflective or a red reflective sign with like numbers on it, so that you're not actually putting a spotlight on the house. You're looking at the side of the road as you're going down the road. I don't care how you do it, it's just that it needs to be something that's visible. I bought one that had, was lighted, it only lasts so long, and.
well, that's kind of the same thing if you
I'm
had
that
a,
lazy guy that ain't gonna go out there and get it and change the batteries in it, you know.
well, it'd be the same thing, whether it's a reflector and a kid comes by on a bicycle and pulls it off and you're going, you know, that type of stuff. So like, those are the questions I know I would have if I was trying to pass some sort of an ordinance for house letters and stuff like that.
Can I say something about that?
Absolutely.
Vermillion Street's been there forever. And since I come in this area, I don't know how many times I'm looking for the XYZ business. It's at 962 Vermillion. And you go down there and nobody has numbers on their businesses that's been there forever. And I don't care if it's changed
I'm
the kind of
guilty.
business,
My
but they
business
ain't got any
got
numbers.
running. I'm guilty.
Same way, 4,000 block, North Vermillion, it's on them either.
one letter, one snowplow, new number.
What, can you take it? Put it on your door or something, you know?
Well, he said that was a problem. A lot of people don't put contrasting colors. They put almost identical colors. So even if you look at it, you can't see. Black letters on the ground.
All right, so let's go into committee anyway. I don't know why I got on the list, because it should go to committee
Because I think
anyway.
it takes some talking.
Just remember, not all businesses have birds.
Yeah.
Find out the best way.
Yeah. Spray painted on scramble.
Spray painted on the side of the garage.
Ready?
ready?
Got another one. We need a motion for Warren Economic and Marine County Enterprise Zone. So you can draw up our enterprise zone.
I'll second.
Then that's all, what are you talking about?
Drawing the enterprise zone up. You gotta do meets and bound
Right, this
description.
is the agreement.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
agreements for Keith to do.
That makes no sense.
Should be done pretty much in effect between us and the city. Quick.
Bob was raising his hand, I thought.
No, April, wasn't it? April, what I think Keith said.
Trustee
Way
Finley,
things move now, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
trustee Finley, trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Sokoviak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Cooperative Fishery Management Agreement between the IDNR and the Village of Tilton. That's over the lake.
Because they also stop the pond.
Yes. Second.
So wait, what?
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell, trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Sokoviak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
You're talking about lighting. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Ameren IP has main agreement to put street lighting on Taylor and Donna Drive. And we're gonna lay the conduit and Ameren's gonna install the poles and the lights for nothing.
No, it's all right.
So, and
That's
that's,
why it's going up. till-
yeah. Somebody's building over there needs lighting on the street. But that, and it's a good deal for us too, because we was talking about temporary poles and putting it overhead but now the Ameren said we'll put it in conduit. We lay the conduit and pull the string in, pull the wire, and then they put the fixture poles up.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
You say sheets?
yes, trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sokoviak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Make one mistake and it keeps going up.
Yeah. This says residential sprinkler system too, but that's not really right. It's any new multi-living facilities and commercial businesses are gonna be required to put sprinkler systems in.
Make a motion, get an ordinance drawn
Hey, who, what, when?
So we have another, we're gonna have a long committee meeting.
Yes, you are.
So wait, you're gonna require what?
up.
Any new commercial business and any new multi-living structures is gonna be required sprinklers.
No, when you're saying multiple, are you talking like a duplex, just two ground levels?
I would say,
Or are you
yeah,
talking
multi.
stories?
multi,
More
multi,
than one is
is
multi.
it- yeah, any new structure, not
I understand
existing.
what you're saying.
So
Two is mobile, so
Then
they have a sprinkler system.
pretty much the fire marshal's trying to pass a law right now. Any new residential is gonna have to put sprinklers in, but they ain't got it passed yet. So I know they're gonna push it forward. So
You're gonna put it, they're gonna make everybody build a house?
in any new houses,
Single family or multi?
Already purchased it.
single and everything is what the fire marshal's trying to push.
They're gonna come pay for it.
I
too.
can't imagine.
But you need to get it up before, you're not gonna be multi-living anyway.
It's gonna go up.
Yeah.
Say the better.
Charge it to the fire
I
department.
have a comment on that. If
Sprinkler
the
went off
business
their house.
structure does not have utilities, i.e. electric, maybe consider not
Right.
having a sprinkler, because
Right.
if there's no water or electric to a building, for example, one of my storage unit buildings, how would I ever put a sprinkler system?
No, you can't. We understand that.
I guess that's just what I'm saying, to think about when you're doing that, as if there's no utilities in that building.
This is actually going to committee.
Yeah, it's going to committee too. Mike, you on that ordinance committee?
Is that a rental thing?
Huh?
He's trying to say
Talking
something
about that one too. then.
It's a rental thing.
Oh, okay. It's a rental thing?
And no different. He created a rental.
There you go. There you go.
Zoning, that would be zoning.
Yes.
So that's your chair.
Scott Bobbin, Mike, yeah.
I've had no lie. Doesn't say nothing.
Not yet.
So that goes to committee too. You guys can draw up or make suggestions, then we'll send it to the lawyer.
Let us know what you figure out. I'm sure I'll have questions.
Anybody else in the public have anything? That's strong.
I think we should wait another hour because this is a quick meeting.
Hold on, man. No, hang on. What time is it? Huh?
Executive session.
There's a new show on TV tonight at 7.
Nobody told me.
Need a motion to go to executive session. So move.
If I don't vote, then we can't.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Sheets.
Yep.
Trustee Viscoviac.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
We're not even live.
Okay, we're live.
I'll make a motion, we go back to session.
I need a second.
Second.
Trustee Finley. Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
That's the school.
You're up.
Yes.
Trustee Skoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yeah.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
All right.
You just-
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Yes,
Usually you don't. You wanna do that?
yes.
Second.
Second, third.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Skoviak.
Yes.
Weir.
Yeah.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Enough.